Hello everyone, this is Nighthawk here, and welcome back to my Pokemon team if I was in the anime. In the last episode, I traveled to the Hoenn region with an interesting team, but now it's time to head into the next adventure, which I hope you find interesting. Also, according to YouTube's analytics, only a small percentage of you guys who are actually watching my videos are subscribed, and if you enjoyed these videos, I recommend subscribing. Now, let's head to the Sinnoh region. My journey through the Sinnoh region. As I sail across the ocean with the thoughts of my past league failures, I look towards Sinnoh with new hopes, dreams, and adventures. I head towards Twin Leaf Town to meet the professor of the Sinnoh region to learn about some of his work on different dimensions. When I arrived, I met Professor Rowan. He wanted to know who I was and why I had come to see him. I told him that I was a fellow Pokemon trainer from the Kanto region and was told that he knew Professor Oak. He said, "Oh yes. He told me that you would be coming. In fact, I'm on a call with him right now." I walked inside his lab to talk to Professor Oak and to let him know that I had made it to Sinnoh alright. He asked me if I had seen what he placed in my bag before I left. I opened my bag and saw a Pokeball. I grabbed it and brought out none other than Electabuzz. Professor Oak told me that it would be a good idea to bring Electabuzz along with me on my journey, since Electabuzz can evolve with a special item that can be found in the Sinnoh region. Professor Rowan said that he actually had the item that Oak was talking about. He gave it to me and said that I would need to have Electabuzz holding it while trading to evolve. Thanks to that new information, I head out to the nearest Pokemon Center to register for the league once again. On my way there, I encountered a wild Chimchar on the outskirts of Jubilife City who had been caught in a trap by some wild hunters. I freed Chimchar from the trap and added him to my team. After beating Rourke and winning the Coal Badge, he gave me a fossil and told me that if I wanted to bring it back to life, I'd have to go to Canalab City. Making my way towards Veilstone City, I came across a wild Gible, a Pokemon I had never seen before. Now you could say that about Chimchar and Staravia, but Professor Rowan told me that Chimchar was a starter Pokemon of the Sinnoh region, and I saw some Staravia flying over my head on the way to Sinnoh. So, using Chimchar and Staravia, I battled and caught it. After defeating Crasher Wake and winning the Finn Badge, I saw a trading event going down at a Pokemon Center. I asked someone if they could help me with a trade evolution. A random trainer helped me and evolved Electabuzz into Electivire. During my battle with Brian, I used Monferno, Blastoise, and Gible. In the final moments, I thought I was going to lose. However, the bright light emanating from Gible gave me hope as it evolved into Gabite. After beating Brian and winning the Mind Badge, he told me if I had any fossils that I had picked up, I could give them to him and he would bring them back to life. I gave Brian my fossil and he came back with a Cranidos. As I was on my way out of Snowpoint City after beating Candace, I found a wild Snover that had been stuck in the snow during a snowstorm. I rescued it and took it to safety. After the storm had passed, I decided to catch it and swap it out with Krogunk. After beating Volkner and getting all 8 gym badges of the Sinnoh region, I decided I still wasn't ready for the Sinnoh League just yet. So I decided to do some last minute training and evolved Gabite into Garchomp and Snover into Abomasnow. With this team, I felt like I was at my strongest, and I made my way to Lily of the Valley Island for the Lily of the Valley Conference. My team and I go on a winning streak and even beating my rival in the top 8. But once I made it to the top 4, I battled a trainer who had been using legendary Pokemon. They only had to use one Pokemon throughout the entire league. However, I was able to get them to use 3 of his Pokemon, who were Moltres, Latios, and Regigigas. With that, I lost in the top 4, but this time not feeling upset because the fact that someone would have 3 legendaries was something I didn't prepare for. So with that in mind and that loss under my belt, I catch the next cruise that's heading back to Kanto and I go back home to Pallet Town, where I will spend my time wondering, will I ever get better? Will this losing streak of mine ever end? So that's going to be it for today's episode of My Pokemon Team Was in the Anime. Gen 4. Sinnoh. Sinnoh was one of my favorite regions growing up. Actually, where Ash was going through, the Sinnoh region was one of the first few seasons of Pokemon that I actually saw growing up. Because even though I was born around the time Hoenn was happening, or when he was going through Hoenn, I really got into Pokemon when they started going through Sinnoh. Personally, I haven't really played the new Pokemon games. I did play Pokemon Diamond on a DS emulator because I don't have a DS anymore. But I gotta admit, Sinnoh was one of my more likable regions, and some of the Pokemon that can be found in it, I like some of them, not all of them. Like, I like Infernape, Garchomp, Lucario, Rhyperior, Pokemon like that. I do like some of the designs, but regardless, Sinnoh was one of my favorites, and even writing the script, I really, really enjoy doing it. So, hopefully, in our next adventure, when we go to Unova, I actually do have a few things I might contribute to a story there. I feel like you guys are going to like Unova, and maybe Kalos. You guys might like Kalos next. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you guys like this video, I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Also, let me know which team you guys have liked so far, because technically speaking, we are now halfway through the entire Pokemon regions. We've gone through the first 4, and we got 4 left. And then eventually, when I'm done, I will merge all of them together into one big episode.